Welcome, everybody out there in the internet, the ether, the place where the things float above our head. Like in that TV show, what was that TV show with the people, the one guy who had it was on the spectrum but could see data floating through the air?
Alphas?
Alphas, like alphas.
Man, I
Welcome.
missed that show.
It was great.
What a
Welcome
what a
to,
cutback. I'm sorry. I'm
it's
just
all
now
right.
I'm thinking about alphas.
I know, it was fantastic. Welcome to episode 81 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. As always, I am Todd Turner, Big Pops, Mosaic Fan Art. With me is the one, the only.
Hi, sweet friends. I am Hannah Joe, aka Sis, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
I love that catchy music.
Booty pop
Family
pop, woo woo woo.
friendly. That just sounds family and friendly-ish, doesn't it?
It does. Man, the friendliest.
I know, and the familiest. Well, Hannah, tell everybody what we do here.
Hey, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us today. So, we are going to do a couple of things like usual. We're going to chat about nerd news that is interesting to us, what we've been binging, listening to, reading, watching. Pops is going to share his pull list with us, and we have a couple Apple TV Plus originals that we're going to chat about. The main one
Actually,
is Invasion, and then
right.
Ted Lasso.
And I might mention another one.
Okay, pop off, Dad.
So let's just get into it
Let's go.
with nerd news for us. That's our typewriter sound, if y'all didn't know.
Yeah,
The
Dad started
typewriters
that,
used
and
to be
he's much better about it, but I'm not.
I know, people don't even know what typewriters are anymore, except for my friend Sheila. She collects them.
Well, there was this little video that I watched, and it was this young man who requested a typewriter for Christmas so that he could type out his stories because he writes stories. He's like 8 years old, and he wanted a typewriter for
I
Christmas.
thought maybe he was like writing ransom notes.
No,
At least he didn't ask for some scissors, a bunch of newspapers, and some glue.
may I have all of the magazines we can find?
Yeah.
Okay, I just had a flashback and I have to tell you this. We
Okay.
had a wicker basket that
Oh,
sat
yes.
on the floor next to the green. It was green then. The media center was green. Now it is an egg blue, but it was green then.
Yes, we painted it. You're
And
right.
it was chock full of magazines.
That were in there forever.
And they just were there. I don't remember why they were there, but there was this giant wicker, and it was big. Like it was like a like a one and
It
a
was
half foot
big.
to 2 foot
Even though you
wicker
were a small
basket.
child, to a grown up, it was big.
It was a big basket. And it was just
Yeah.
full of magazines. I just remember if I wanted to do a collage, I would bring the mom would say bring the basket, and I'd high key drag it because I couldn't pick it up to wherever it was, and she'd pick me out some magazines I could decimate.
Nice. Well, Hannah, now that we're
Yes.
done talking about that, I don't even know how we
Sorry,
got
I
there.
well we
Typewriters. Yeah.
typewriters.
Wow. Yeah, typewriter.
And no, yeah, typewriters.
All right.
I'm with you
So,
now.
what kind of news we got?
Okay. I have two pieces of news about Star Wars.
Okay. Okay. I'm listening.
That they are making a movie called The Mandalorian and Grogu that's directed by Jon Favreau.
Oh, I would watch it.
I would watch it.
I think, though, it would be better if it was just called The Mandalorian and the Child. Doesn't
It's
that
The
sound cooler?
Mandalorian and Grogu.
I know that,
That's what
but
it's titled too. That's what the
I
movie is
know
called.
the child
That's
just
lame.
sounds cooler.
It was they should have waited to name him. It should have been like we still don't know what his name is for like some time.
Yeah. How long do you think they could get away with that?
I think they could have done it for at least 2 to 3 seasons.
Well, it's already been 2 seasons.
Well, they named him
At
beginning of the
the
second season.
Yeah, beginning of this, because
They could
Ahsoka
have, yeah,
didn't
they could
Ahsoka
have
tell
gone
him?
a good 3 seasons of been like the child.
Yeah, I like the child. It just sounds cooler.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting, especially that's directed by Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
Something that seems very interesting about the TV show is that yes, he directs them, but he also brings in other directors.
well, I think Dave Filoni is with him is on this as well.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just thought,
So,
and they're doing a Ray prequel movie.
oh, so your mom literally just said, "Hey, the Star Wars Force Awakens, they're going to show it February the 17th in Louisville with a symphony." And I was like, I don't want to go. So,
Nope.
I mean, it's not that I don't, it's not that I didn't enjoy the movie. It's just not a movie that I love.
I think a prequel could be cool because I have questions. How'd she end up there? I have questions about that.
Yeah, I get it.
I have questions about that. I think that that will be a movie I stream on Disney Plus when it is done being in
See,
theaters.
and everybody tells me I should watch Andor on Disney
I've
Plus
heard
because
it's
it's a,
good,
I know, and they're doing another season, and it's literally a prequel to Rogue One, which
which
I
we liked
loved.
Rogue One.
Loved Rogue One. Very good.
I'm
Force is
one
with
with the
me. I am
Force
one with the
and
Force, and the Force
the
is with
Force is with
me.
me.
That was
Uh,
great. I
weeping,
know.
weeping
I
in the
know.
movie theater.
Gosh, that's so great.
Man, that's when Felicity Jones was hot too.
Mom
She's
sort of
not
got a
in
little
this.
bit aggravated with me about that because I said, well, you know, all these people die. And she's like, what? I was like, it's,
Yes,
it's
mom.
like, it's like going to the Titanic and going, I wonder what happens to the boat. But, you know,
Man,
oh well, it's all right.
man,
She forgave
man.
me. All
She's
right.
a good
So,
mom. She's
um,
short. Felicity Jones is 5'3".
was she the one that was in that creepy movie, the TV, Netflix show, Jessica Jones?
No.
No.
Felicity Jones was the main female character on Rogue One.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
She's in The
Yeah.
Theory of Everything. She
I
was
don't know what
in
that
a
is.
Spider-Man movie, The Theory of Everything, the
I never saw it.
biopic about
Yeah, I never saw it.
Stephen Hawking.
Never saw it.
Oh man, that was a good movie. I watched that with who did I watch it with? Stephanie when she lived in Lexington.
Oh, cool.
Shout out.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was a good
Um,
movie. Yeah, it was an awful movie. He cheats on his wife.
so did you know that they are making an ElfQuest animated series?
What?
Yes, it is in
Okay,
works.
who is they?
Fox.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's in works with Fox that they're making an animated series, ElfQuest, and Wendy and Richard Penny, is that how you pronounce her last name?
Really?
Are involved, and they look forward to it. It has their blessing. So I thought you would be excited for that.
Well, here's the thing. I love the Vox Machina cartoon. I love the Vox Machina Critical Role cartoon that's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And so I could really see ElfQuest being animated in like that type of like old school style.
You don't think they will be true to the way they look in the comic book?
I think that it will be true-ish.
Hmm.
What I'm saying is I hope that it's a cartoon, you
It is. It's
know?
animated.
But I hope that it's not like it looks like they're elves animated. I hope it looks like they're cartoon elves animated.
Like in the comic book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I making any sense?
No, I don't get it. They're
Like
not going to look
CGI
like
is just
Keebler
like
elves. They're
so
not going to do CGI. It's going to
okay.
be an animation. Yeah.
But okay. Okay.
You mean computer generated? What are you hoping it? It's like drawn? You hoping it
I'd be
it's
sick. It'd be
yeah,
sick if
that
it
would
was
take
drawn.
forever. I
It
don't know
would be
about that.
beautiful though. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's
Like I
going
don't want
on.
it to look like Frozen.
No, I understand. It needs to look more like Lord of the Rings
It
animated.
needs to look like old school animation is
I
what it
got you.
needs to look
I
like.
agree with that. I think that would be
Okay,
cool.
I think we're okay. We're on. I was like, Dad, I don't know how to
We're on the
explain to
same page.
you.
Sort of like the 80s cartoons like
Yeah, it needs to look like The
He-Man
Hobbit.
or
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I
Well,
think
and
that
but that's the style that Vox Machina is in.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you meant then. I got it.
Yes.
I had no
We're on
frame
the
of
same
reference.
page. We're on the
Gotcha.
same page.
Same page.
I picked the wrong reference.
That's all right. So
That's really exciting. I really just want to yell. Trevin's in the back room, and I just want to tell him.
well, you'll
No,
find
but I'll
out soon
tell him
enough.
later.
Yeah, he'll just tell him, listen to the podcast.
No.
So anyway, what else you got?
Okay. I wrote this down simply because you mentioned this movie last time I saw you.
What?
The Minecraft movie.
Yeah, what about it?
Jack Black has been cast. He has officially joined the Minecraft movie.
Hey, what is this movie going to be?
And I literally wrote a la Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh no. Although I did like that movie.
That movie's really
I didn't
good.
see the second,
Welcome to that movie is also really good.
the third Jumanji, so really the second Jumanji.
It's very, very good.
Oh.
Welcome to the jungle.
I want to watch it. It looks fun. The
Oh,
second one was really good. I was surprised. I didn't think it would be good, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
the
Top Gun 3.
What?
Yep. Tom Cruise is developing Top Gun 3.
Is he gonna be in it?
Why, probably.
Yeah, why wouldn't he be in it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about it.
What? Top Gun 3?
Yeah.
I mean, Top Gun 2 was awesome.
It was phenomenal. It was arguably the best movie that year.
I don't remember what other movies came out. Was that last year?
It's two
Did
years
Top
ago.
Gun come out last
Top
year?
no, Top Gun came out 2022 because Trevin started growing his mustache in 2022 and he had a mustache when he got married in 2023.
That's hilarious. Because of Top Gun?
Because Dad, are you kidding? Yes, because of Top Gun.
That's horrible.
Because of
That's horrible.
Rooster.
That is horrible. um, Greta Gerwig's new directing job,
Okay.
Chronicles of Narnia on
I know, I told
Netflix.
you that. I don't know about it, Dad.
What do you told me about this?
I told you about this
Where was I?
on
I
the
probably heard
podcast.
Greta Gerwig and automatically
Yeah,
turned it
you
off in my head. I probably heard that.
probably what it was because I'm worried. I'm still a little concerned.
It's supposed to be 2 movies.
Well, is it gonna be? Is she gonna? Is
I
she
don't
gonna
know.
demake it what it is?
I don't know. I mean,
Not that I don't like. I think she's a phenomenal director. She writes very good films. They're very relevant and popular. All of her movies. I loved what she did with Little Women. It was phenomenal.
I like Little Women. I
Barbie
did
was
not see
okay.
Barbie.
I did not
I
love.
heard a lot of people didn't much care for it. And a lot of people thought parts of it were funny, but that it really did have a feminine statement.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It was an okay movie. It wasn't. We talked about this. It wasn't the Barbie movie I wanted it to be. I grew up on
Yeah, we
watching
watched
watching
we
literal
watched
Barbie
we
movies.
talked about the real Barbie movie on
Yes.
here. Yeah.
AKA Barbie Princess and the Pauper and any of the animated series that came out in the early 2000s, late 1990s.
Exactly.
Those are the OG Barbie movies. But
Yeah.
that's why I didn't like
Mhm.
it is
I
because it
gotcha.
wasn't what I wanted it
It's
to
not
be.
my Barbie. Yeah. It was your Barbie. They aimed
No,
at you.
they tried to, but they missed the mark for me. It wasn't what I
Gotcha.
wanted it to be. But I hope that it's good.
I know.
I really like
Will I
Chronicles of
watch it?
Narnia. Yes,
Yes.
are you kidding? Of course. And it's on Netflix? Of course.
I'll watch it. Yeah,
Of
100%.
course. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. What I do know is that they're very good at keeping secrets, and all of the people that work with her love her. So she seems like she's a
Okay.
very good director.
Awesome.
Um, so I
Was
bet the
Timothy
cast is
Chalamet
gonna
in Little Women?
yeah. Who's
Yeah.
Laurie?
Yeah. That was a good movie.
He was
Remember
going
watching
to
it.
be in because he's been in all of her movies except for Barbie.
Oh, really? He could have been a
Mhm.
Ken. That would have been funny.
Well, he was going to make a cameo, and
Skinny Ken.
so was Brie Larson.
Little Ken. Baby Ken.
Is it Brie Larson? No, it's not
Brie-
Brie Larson. Who's that girl that she loves?
I don't know.
Who played Joe in Little Women?
Was it Anna Toy? Was she in it? Or I don't
No,
know
it's
who was
not
on
Anna
it.
Taylor-Joy.
It doesn't matter.
Movie. Yeah, it does.
I don't know. It
It
matters to
matters to
you.
me.
It doesn't matter to me.
It matters to me. It's allowed to matter to me.
That's hilarious. I know who you're talking about.
Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, I don't have any clue who that is.
She's been in all of. She was who played Lady Bird. She did. You know Saoirse. You know her. She's in
Probably to
like.
look at her. That's the problem with me now.
You're bad with
People,
names.
I'm old, and people are like, so
I'm
like,
old.
let's look at this, and who would we want to cast now that we're doing a future cast for this? And I'm
Trevin's
like, unless they're over the age of 50, I don't know their names.
she's in a lot of the Shooty Pooty. Who's the director of these movies? Oh, the Wes Anderson movies. She's in a lot of the
Oh,
Wes Anderson movies.
I
She's
like
in the
those
Grand Budapest
movies.
Hotel.
I didn't see
She
that
was
one.
in the new one that just came out.
I like the water one. That was
She was in the
funny.
French Dispatch that just came out.
I need to watch those. Yeah.
She's
All right.
yeah. She was in Loving Vincent. I wanted to watch that, but I didn't watch it. Lady Bird.
I have like 1.5 more pieces of news. Do you have any
Okay.
more?
I have one more piece of news, but
Well,
I
go
don't know
ahead.
if it's true.
Oh, well, tell me, and we'll talk
Okay,
about it,
I
whether
was
it's true or
hanging.
not.
Okay, I was hanging out. I wasn't hanging out. I was doing my supervision for my job with my supervisor, Bruce. And Bruce was telling me, he asked me if I had watched season 2 of Reacher. And I said, no, I don't like
have.
suspense and thriller stuff. So I'm waiting until all of the episodes
I
are
watched
there.
all of
That
it.
way,
One episode left. We were going
That
to
way
talk about that in binging, but we can go ahead and talk about it now.
that way we can, I want to watch all of them at the same time. And so when it's done, Trevin and I are going to watch all of them at the same time. Anyways, the actor, Alan Ritchson,
Mm-hmm.
is huge.
Yes.
He's huge.
Yes. Gargantuan.
And the story that Bruce told me, that he had read or had listened to or whatever, is that Alan originally auditioned for Reacher, but he wasn't big enough. And so they said, "Sorry, we like you, we like your look,
Oh, I
but
haven't heard this story.
you're not big enough."
He's
And he's
bigger than
like,
Tom Cruise, who played in the movie
"Okay,
twice.
that's what." And so we also talked about that. I'll get there. But apparently in the original books, like he's called the big guy or the big one.
Okay,
Whenever anyone refers to
they
Reacher, they call him, he's
call
like, "Just
him
wait till
that.
you see the big guy," or whatever, because that's what it was called. That's what he was referred to as in the books.
Yeah.
And so they wanted someone that was like hulking for Reacher.
Hmm.
And so Alan, for a year, worked and bulked up, is taking testosterone
Yep.
so that he
100%.
can bulk up. No, he mentioned it. He was
I
like, "No,
know.
I'm not on steroids, but I take testosterone."
Hmm.
And so went back and auditioned, and they're like, "Yes, you are big enough now."
That's
And so
hilarious.
they took him.
So in this season, they are they're getting ready to kill one of his friends, and the guy, he won't spill and he won't talk, and they're like, he starts laughing and he goes, "What are you laughing at?" He goes, "I could just imagine what the big guy's going to do to you."
That's what Bruce told me about.
The big guy. What
Mm-hmm.
the big guy? Wait till the big guy gets a
Wait till
hold
the
of
big
it.
guy shows up.
Yeah.
And they're like,
So
"What are you talking about?" And then he shows up and they're like, "Oh no.
yeah. So,
Ah la la
but
zut alors."
I think there's one more episode left of that.
But
We'll
yeah, I
talk about
thought
it in a
that
second.
even if that's not true, cool story.
Hmm. I know.
And then I mentioned that I'm like, LOL, and they cast Tom Cruise, and Bruce was like, "We don't talk about that."
I like the movie. P.S. I watched it just in the last 2 days because I was like, I gotta watch it. It was great. It was a great movie. I hadn't read any of the books. I didn't know he was supposed to be gargantuan. I thought the movie was really good.
He's supposed to be gargantuan. And then there
Hmm.
was an article that I saw is who was bigger at his prime, Alan or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, 100%. Are you kidding me?
Both of those men are huge.
I saw a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger this recent with a big cigar in his mouth, standing next to Harrison Ford, and Arnold had a T-shirt on, and it said "Han shot first."
Yeah, he did. That was that. Do you know that was a thing that people had to vote on when they RSVP'd for our wedding?
Yes, I do. I
Who
remember.
shot first, Han or
Yeah,
Greedo?
that's hilarious. I'm going with Han.
Han,
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 100%.
Han.
Okay, so I don't know. People who are listening know that it's award season.
Silly.
So I think the Emmys happened last night,
They
and
did.
BT Dubs, um, what's his face, finally got the EGOT.
I have no idea what
He
you're talking
wore the
about.
electric boots. I know I read it in a magazine. Oh, yeah.
Benny and the
I can't
Jets.
believe I'm blanking. I went to the guy's concert. Your mom had his T-shirt. But
Billy
anyway,
Joel?
no, I did go to his concert, but that's not who it is. No. Anyway, he got the EGOT. So, but what I wanted to say was Paul Giamatti. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Big Fat Liar.
Big Fat Liar. Are you
Yeah,
kidding? Of
but
course I do.
he
Paul
won
Giamatti
a
is.
Golden Globe for the movie Holdovers. And there is a picture on the internet of him after he got his award. He went to get something to eat at In-N-Out Burger.
Good for him.
He is
You
sitting
take it to
in In-N-Out Burger
Heck yeah.
with his Golden Globe sitting
Yes, yes,
right
yes,
there
yes,
next to
yes.
his food. He's just sitting with other people. He's in a tux eating a ham In-N-Out Burger. Isn't that hilarious?
That's so fun. I love
I
In and
know.
Out.
I know.
Their food
Elton
is
John.
good.
I couldn't believe I couldn't remember Elton John's name.
That's
How did that
silly.
happen? Yeah.
Was that the one where I can't remember his? We're bad at names today. Maybe I'll just name that'll be the title of this episode. Bad at names.
Yeah, no kidding.
The guy who plays Medea.
How am I gonna say Steven Tyler. Tyler Perry. Stephen Perry. Steven Tyler. Tyler. Yeah, not Tyler Perry and not Steven Tyler. It's Tyler Perry.
Yeah,
you
you're
go.
like, it's not Tyler Perry. I'm like, I'm
Steven
pretty sure
Tyler
it
is the lead singer of Aerosmith. So
What in the world?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
I'm seeing videos of him getting his mama to be the buzzer for "You're done. Get off the stage." Was that
On
at
what?
the Emmys?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
I
watch
think it was
them.
at the Emmys. I think that he was the guy at the Emmys last night and had his mama stand up and say, "You're done." whenever
That's horrible.
whenever and no, she had like a sign that she would stand up and say, "Baby." She- She'd get up and say, "You're done." And he's like, when my mom stands up, you need to thank Jesus, thank your family, and get off the stage.
Nice.
And so
That's
this guy,
hilarious.
she stood up and he's like, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, family. I'm leaving the stage now."
That's awesome. I have to look that up. That's
I don't
funny.
know if that was last night. I think it must have been because
I
it's
don't
all
know.
over
The
my
Emmys,
Instagram
well, the
today.
Emmys happened just last night, I think. Sunday night.
Tyler
No,
Perry
maybe Sunday night.
Emmys.
It was probably Sunday night.
Um.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, was it 20? Was it 2000? Was it 20,
I don't know when it was.
2020?
All right. Well, folks, I've got a little bit of news, and this is going into something of the binging. Hannah and Trevin have finished all 3 seasons of Ted Lasso. We've talked Ted Lasso before. Hannah and I did. Um, at the Emmys, Phil Dunster, you know who that is? Jamie
Mm-mm.
Tott.
Ah, Jamie Tart. Do do do
They
do
were
do do.
talking to him about, oh, in the last season of, and he said, his literal words was, of the final season. He goes, well, is it the final season? And they're like, wait a minute. What did you just say? And he's like, oh, nothing. And
Well, here's what Trevin and I were thinking about because Trevin and I, so we've binged Ted Lasso. We finished it last
that's on
night.
Apple. That's on Apple
It's on
TV.
Apple TV Plus. Um, we think that it's not. We think Ted Lasso's story is over. We don't think that there's going to be any
I
more.
don't think you can make that show without Jason Sudeikis.
I think but I think that they're going to do like an AFC Richmond spinoff.
Women's team.
Maybe the women's team, maybe just what it is like at Richmond.
Yeah.
Because at the end of can I just major spoilers right this second?
Honey, it's been out forever.
Oh, you're right. It was changed from the Lasso way to the Richmond way.
Mm-hmm.
Just call the TV show the Richmond way, and it's just focusing on being at Richmond, and maybe Ted does a couple cameos, or it's just like goes back to Kansas.
I don't know.
But I don't think I think Ted is done.
Yeah,
I
can't
think Ted
imagine
is in Kansas.
I can't imagine it being at like it was.
I
That
think
was such an ensemble. Yeah, that was lightning in a bottle. I mean,
man, it was beautiful.
mm-hmm.
We just wept.
Yeah, it is adult. So kids don't
Yeah,
watch
it's
this,
MA.
and parents don't watch that with
And
your
it's
children.
British
Yeah.
people curse like nobody's business
I know they say dirty words
all
like as adjectives all the time. So
the time.
we can't mention them here on this family-friendly
Yeah, don't.
podcast. But yeah, so yeah, that's I wanted to say. So, what else have you been watching?
I watched Rebel Moon.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
I watched Rebel Moon. I think it's worth a watch.
Maybe we should do that and we'll talk about it on the next
Okay.
podcast.
I love that. I'll
Awesome.
rewatch it then. But
Good deal.
I just had a quick little watch
I
through of Rebel Moon.
wanted to watch it.
It's full of A- to B-list action actors that are my favorite humans.
Okay.
So the guy
This is Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
guy off of Pacific Rim,
Which guy?
the Raleigh, that guy, the main guy.
Idris Elba?
No, the guy, the white guy.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know what his name is.
I don't know what his name is either. But anyway.
The girl with the spicy legs, from
Spicy legs? What is she? So like a
legs? She's got the
slicey legs from
yeah.
We're terrible. We can't come up with anything. The Kingsman.
The spicy legs guy.
Holy
Kingsman.
cow.
The guy from the handsome man from Age of Adeline.
Oh yeah. Gosh, I've seen all these, but I can't tell you
He's
who these
very
people are.
handsome.
I like that movie. Was that the movie where she never aged?
She never aged. Yes.
It was sad.
The movie where she never aged. Anyway,
Rebel Moon. We'll talk about it later.
Yes. Oh, that guy who plays the guy who's coming after the first time we meet Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy, who's like, "Give me the orb."
Oh yeah, I can never pronounce his name.
But that guy.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm A- to B-list action actors are in this movie.
I can't
And
pronounce
they're all
his
my
name.
favorites.
I would say he's probably an A-list actor right now.
Is he?
It's Dejnamno. I can't pronounce his name. I'm going to butcher it. I'm not even going to attempt it.
He's a cool
Okay.
dude. And
All
let me
right.
tell you, all of these people in this movie are jacked.
All right.
They're,
Sort of like me. Sort of like
I
me.
guess he is. He's the most famous one, I think. But apparently, I just Googled the cast list and Anthony Hopkins is in it.
Oh, well, I didn't,
But
didn't
part
even see him.
one, I know I didn't.
Is there
Well,
two parts?
there's two parts. So this is part one. It ends on a cliffhanger. Part two comes out April 18th. So we can wait till April 18th and watch both of them.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
I'll
I
probably watch
watched
it and
it.
then we'll watch them both again. We'll do it
Okay,
again.
love that. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, it was
Mhm.
worth the watch. I didn't think it was bad. I don't think it's what they wanted it to be. Like I don't think
Gotcha.
it's like the new Star Wars or anything like that,
Hmm.
but it was cool.
All right.
It was an interesting concept. It felt very Dune. It felt
Oh, yeah.
Netflix does Dune.
Oh, I thought it was on Amazon.
Mm-mm.
It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What PG-13?
Mm-hmm. Uh, I think PG-15. Like I think it has
How can you do
a
PG-15?
like there were blood spurts, like visible blood spurts, and that's not
So
allowed
maybe
in
it's R then.
PG-13.
Maybe it's
I don't
R.
think it's R because there's no cursing.
Is it TV something?
Yeah, let me look.
I don't know.
What is it rated? It's PG-13. I
Hmm?
guess it's PG-13, I guess.
Okay.
People didn't
Um,
like it. It's got bad ratings.
well, people love to hate Zack Snyder and people love to love Zack Snyder. There's no in
Well,
between.
it was I mean, wasn't yeah, you know what? I'm looking at it and it's got the same amount of 5-star and 1-star reviews.
Hey, is there a lot of slow motion action in it?
There's some points in time. I mean, yeah,
Because he
actually,
does it
there's a really
all the time.
sick there's a really sick fight scene. Like the
In
first time
slow
you're like, who is this main girl? The
motion.
first time you're like, oh
Nice.
shoot, she knows what's up. Is a
That's
really
hilarious.
slow action scene, and it's really cool.
Okay, cool.
I would not let young teens watch this.
Okay, gotcha.
There is some peril that is, I think, very inappropriate for
Oh
young teens to
gosh.
watch.
All right.
I mean, nothing happens.
But still,
But still, it's not something that I loved watching.
right.
And that I honestly fast forwarded through until I figured out the ending was going to end okay, and then I went back and
Oh,
rewatched
one
it.
of those. So I'll watch it and turn it off and then turn it back on again and then turn it off and then turn
I
it back
mean,
on again.
maybe
Hmm.
yeah, maybe.
All right.
But yeah, I was just like, is this gonna be okay? And then it
Oh
was, and I'm like,
gosh.
okay, fine. I mean,
Um,
it's a pretty sick fight scene, so I'd go back and watch it. But
all right.
yeah.
Good deal.
What else did I watch? I watched Invasion, which we're gonna talk
We're going to
about
talk about that later.
momentarily.
Hmm.
We started Silo, which is literally bonkers. I have so many thoughts, but then
Hmm.
I went and Googled it, and it's a book, and I read the synopsis of all of the books, and so I guess my thoughts are
Hannah. I did the same thing.
all of the good ones are about books, Dad.
I did the same thing.
All of the good ones are books.
Yeah.
And restarted watching some of my favorite episodes of West Wing.
Okay.
I just love that show.
Mhm.
And then have not been listening to it recently because I've been snowed into my house, and this is the book that I listened to on my commute. But I'm almost done with Blue Like Jazz
Oh,
by
that's a good one.
Donald Miller.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
So I literally binged a series.
What'd you watch?
Echo.
Hey, did you like it?
Loved it. It
Right on.
is immature.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as bad as you would think it is
Okay.
for being immature, but it is on Disney Plus, and it is so good. I mean,
They worked closely with a tribe of Native
the
Americans.
Choctaw, I think it is.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because they use their belief system, their heritage, a lot of that in it, and that's where she gets basically her power.
Cool.
So, but so Echo is, for those who don't know, is a superhero in Marvel who is deaf. She's an American Indian, deaf, and I thought her power was that she could mimic things that she saw, sort of like Taskmaster. But in this, that's not true at all. She's just been raised by Kingpin, basically. So Kingpin is in this movie all the way through, and Vincent D'Onofrio is amazing.
Kingpin?
Kingpin is amazing in
He's
this.
actually Kingpin and not Kingpin Light.
No, he's not Kingpin Light at all.
Good.
Not at all. But
Good.
there is a lot of like a lot it's you can't really watch it and put it on in the background
You gotta actually
because
watch it.
well, because she's deaf and they're speaking like there's times when they're communicating and no words are being said. Now, a lot of times uh s- when the speaking people, because not only is she deaf, she doesn't speak. I don't think she speaks in it.
So can she not speak, or
She
does she
uses sign
choose not
language.
to speak because she's deaf?
I
Sometimes
don't
people that are
know.
born deaf
Right.
don't speak because they
Right.
don't know what their words sound like.
But the people who do speak, they speak and sign at the same time. And it was interesting because Kingpin had this thing created, like after he captures her because she's run away from him or whatever, and they're holding her down, and he puts this thing in her eye, and it's a contact lens that allows her to, when he speaks, it shows him signing like a digital thing that, which would be so cool if that was
That would
really
be great
created.
technology, 100%. Yeah. But that's terrifying.
That
That's
is
like
terrifying.
living with an abuser in your home
I know, that's really
that
weird. So
always
anyway,
is watching you.
so good. And something happens to at the end that sets up there's a Easter egg at the very end after the credits,
Mm,
and it sets up. I'm sure it's going to be Daredevil Born Again. So
I like Daredevil.
yeah, so yeah, it was great. I loved it. Um, I also finished Center Seat, which is the Star Trek documentary. That's
Sick.
like about it's all narrated by Gates McFadden. I loved it. It talked about the beginning of Star Trek all the
I
way
like
to
Gates McFadden.
um Discovery. So I really enjoyed it. It taught me I'm actually wearing my sweater that's the antithesis of Star Trek Next Generation right now.
Which one?
So
Did you skip season one?
of what?
Star Trek
No,
Next Gen?
see my sweater?
Oh, you are.
It's like the opposite. Anyway,
It's your cosplay. You need a
it's
thing.
I know I need my little
You
buttons on
on a
there.
dad. Do you know how
Yeah,
sick that would be as a cosplay for the Comic Con?
just wear two little buttons. I just need three little pins up here on the
You
collar.
need 3 pins and a Star Wars brooch. Don't worry, Star Trek. Goodness, I'm on it. Don't
It's all
worry.
right. So, it was really good. I really appreciate it's on Amazon Prime and it's like so anybody could watch it. Uh and it told me I learned a lot of things that I didn't know and I think I know quite a bit about Star Trek. So, yeah. Um
Cool.
Monarch is
You are loving
also
that show.
it's over now for the season 1 and it is so good.
Good to know. I might
It
rewatch
ends,
it.
has a great ending, and it sets up for season 2 so well.
Perfect.
Yeah, you get to see another big creature that's not Godzilla.
That's fun. We
Yeah,
are we might have to just buy Apple TV like once a year and
get a
just
new phone every year or
bit.
something.
No, we don't need to get a new phone. It'd probably be cheaper just to buy it for a month.
Mhm. And
Um,
I'm caught up on Reacher. It has, I think, one more left.
Reacher, the Jack Reacher movie, Echo, Center Seat, and Monarch.
And Jack Reacher, the show.
Yeah, Reacher and Jack Reacher, the movie, and
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, and we also rented, believe it or not, Hoosiers.
Really,
It's a
Trevin and
great
we got
movie.
your I read out loud your what are your 10 best
Hmm.
sports movies, and
Did you
Trevin
see
and I
all the
went
people
back
that
and forth.
responded to that? There's like so many people responded to that.
Hoosiers was on his list. I mentioned we went back and forth. I mentioned League of Their Own,
Yep,
Field of Dreams,
that's great.
Sandlot. I really like baseball movies.
The Natural is
I
just
mentioned The Natural. I said
it's
The Natural, and Trevin's like, "What's that?" And he goes, "That's my dad's favorite sports movie."
oh my gosh, he's never seen The
Never
Natural.
seen The Natural.
Bum,
I
bum,
also
bum,
said Rudy.
bum. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Sally said Rudy.
Rudy. And then that movie with the guy coach, and he ends up having to coach the girls' basketball team. And I don't know what it's called.
What about?
It's like old school. It's like the girls are wearing skirts playing basketball.
Oh, I've never seen it. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
you
is.
have. I watched it with you at our house when I was a child. And then the one
Hilarious.
where Rupp-Arena is the bad guy. His name's not Rupp.
Oh, I think that's Glory Road.
Glory Road is really good. What's the
Rupp.
basketball movie with the dad, but he's not a dad because he's a husband, but they're infertile. And so they're trying to get a foster child, and he's the girl's basketball coach.
No clue whatsoever. I think don't have any clue what you're talking about. Yeah.
Man. Okay. We are rambling,
All
Dad.
right. Well, let's just go on. That's it for me. Oh,
Okay.
and I'm still listening when I'm in my little car to As You Wish.
Are you liking it?
I love it. It's fantastic. I tell your mom something about it every time I listen.
What's your thing today?
I didn't drive the little car today. I
Oh,
drove the van
yes.
in the snow.
That makes sense. That is
So,
smart. Not
yeah,
don't drive the little
but we
car in
just
the
finished
snow.
the part about Andre passing gas. That was hilarious. Yeah. But then it's sort of sad too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's very sad.
that Andre was made fun of all of his life and it was just a struggle for him.
He calls everybody boss.
Yeah. It's okay, boss. Yep.
Is
What are
it
you
Big
looking?
Shot? It's not Big Shot.
No, no clue. Don't worry about it.
Is
We'll
it
figure it out.
is it Coach
Hey,
Carter?
no, it's
No,
not
it's
Coach
not Coach
Carter.
Carter. Is it
Excuse me.
is it
Mm,
Oh, it's John. Is it the John? No, that's a Big Shot. Is it Believe in Me?
no clue. I think you're making things up.
I'm not. I Googled it.
Well, quit Googling.
I think it's
We're
Believe in
Googling
Me.
during the middle
In
of
a
a
small conservative town, a young man's wish to coach high school basketball are
podcast.
tweaked by the school board's decision that makes him the coach of the new girls' team. That's what it is. It's Believe in Me.
Never seen it.
It's very, yes, you have.
I
We
have not.
literally watched it at your house.
I don't think so. I think it
Yes.
was a different thing.
No. We
Yeah.
watched Believe. No.
You were in a
I
different,
bet this was a mom thing. I bet mom wanted to watch
I
this.
bet you were in a different
Why would
multiverse.
I ever choose to watch a basketball movie about a man who becomes the coach of a girls' basketball
How about
team?
For the Love of the Game? That's a good one too. That's Kevin Costner.
I said fever pitch and it started.
Yeah, I like that one too. That's funny.
I'm
All
so
right.
mad that you don't know
Come
what I'm talking about.
on, we need to go on. We need to skip
Okay,
ahead to the next thing.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, share us with us, Dad.
Share
Lay it
what?
on me.
What?
Comic books.
Oh, we're going to go over a comic book list, just a list of things that I think might be worth fun looking into. I usually try to pick a Marvel book, a DC book, an independent book, a new number one, and my book of the week.
Book of
So
the week.
we'll just hop in and we're going to start with my independent book.
Hey. Okay, spicing it
And
up.
this is for adults. This isn't for little kids, but it's called Swan Songs. This is actually issue number 6. And this comic book is a different story each time, and it's about the end of something.
I was gonna say a swan song is like the finale. It's the last.
Correct. But most of them are sort of horror related.
Oh, perfect.
But this one is called The Swan Songs, Poems About the Endings. And I'm going to show Hannah the cover, and if she tells me what she
Oh,
thinks it's supposed to be.
it looks like
Shel
Where the Sidewalk
Silverstein.
Ends.
Yes, but this is so it's done
Who's
like
it by,
that.
Dad?
It's Image.
Okay.
The
You said
author,
independent.
yeah, the author is M. Maxwell Prince. He's most noted for writing a horror comic called The Ice Cream Man, which is super popular and very creepy. So this has a lot of creepiness in it. And this is sort of like it's supposed to be like an Ice Cream Man crossover. I don't that's it doesn't really, but it tells the story. It's a horrible story basically, and it's poems and haikus, and it looks a lot like Shel Silverstein book Where the Sidewalk Ends. Each
Except it's
one,
terrifying.
it is bad. It's about a husband and a wife and a child, and the husband is going crazy, and the wife needs money, so she does things she shouldn't do, and the daughter then it's just really bad. But it's about the end of everything. So yeah. I would get it just for that because it's a Shel Silverstein book and it's really interesting, cool how it's done, not for
That's
kids.
really cool.
hmm
That's fun.
So my DC comic is Action Comics 1061.
That's hysterical.
It is hysterical because
That's
that's Action Comics number 1, first appearance of Superman.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
1061. So they don't do
1061.
legacy. They just do what?
not in
Straight.
Action Comics.
They said we
They'll
know.
do Batman, they'll do everything else. Action never. Yeah, because it's
Right
the
on.
first book. But I think that's cool.
I'm not hating. That's
So they've got
interesting.
a creator who used to be at Marvel and now he's over at DC.
Of course, I bet the money's
And
better.
and this is a story about Have you heard of Bizarro?
Yes.
Bizarro is like the anti-Superman. Like if he says, I hate you, it means I love you. And so,
Mm-hmm.
Bizarre,
He's hulking. Dang.
yes, yes. Bizarro Superman is in this, and somehow he has become a real threat to Superman.
Aw.
Um, because if Superman is super susceptible to magic, then
He is not.
Bizarro must be the opposite. So Bizarro is now it's like everyone in Metropolis at the end was like sort of turning into a little Bizarro, even Lois Lane.
Is
So
this because of the new Superman and Lois TV show?
no. Mm-mm.
Because Bizarro is apparently in Superman and Lois.
Oh well, good because just started watching that. It's really good.
I didn't know because I know sometimes
Hmm.
they try to do that with what movies TV they have coming out.
Gotcha. No, it has nothing to do with that.
Oh, I might have just spoiled something. It's season 2 where Bizarro shows up.
It's okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
You even told me anything about it.
Other than I Googled Bizarro and then there he
Yeah.
was.
So that it's a good jumping on point for people for
Okay.
Superman because it's a new creative team and a new story arc. Um, and actually, Swan Songs is a new story every time. So
So
yeah,
anytime is a good time to pick that up. Is
anytime's
it
a
a
good time.
different
But
writer every time?
it is horror. Nope, same writer.
Okay, interesting.
Hmm.
But I mean, I
Um,
bet that would be a good way to like keep it fresh.
what a new writer every time.
No, like keep like if you were the writer on Swan Songs, like being able to try different art styles, being able to
Hmm.
try and like a kind of a low
He
threshold.
does usually have a different artist with him. They are different. The stories, each story has been different. I don't know how many he
Interesting.
has that he can pump out, but we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick. Marvel.
My Marvel book is Fantastic Four issue 15.
You
So
want to tell
when
me
this
the
book's
legacy?
legacy number 708.
Issue
So
15, Legacy 608.
708. So when they renumbered Fantastic Four, they started with a thing where in order to save everybody, Reed Richards had to send the
People
Baxter
back in
building
time, which is what you
an
think is actually going to happen whenever they do the Fantastic Four, and that's where they've been this entire time.
so he sends them ahead a year, a whole
Yes.
entire city block. So everybody in New York hates them because, like kids, they just so basically he sends the Baxter Building ahead a year, and it will rematerialize like nothing ever happened. Like they literally just lights turned on, turned back off. Those people will. So everyone in the world has grown a year, but those people have not. It's been like a
Oops.
millisecond, but. So that was supposed to reappear at the end of last issue, and it did not. I've lost you, Hannah. I couldn't hear you.
I was whispering because it was stressing me out.
Oh, so what happens is Reed finds out that there is a new sentient being called Meta Mind.
Oh, Mega Mind.
It's meta, like the metaverse.
I'm just saying.
But what it's doing is it's using everyone's phones. So it takes all the data in this app and it it takes all the knowledge that all the people within their
Meta.
devices
Because
and
Facebook.
it's become sentient basically. So if it wants to talk to somebody, it says you can get like some like 3 diamonds. You know how like if you do like a task, you can get like little tokens and you can cash those tokens in. So it's got like people just on the street stopping and turning and talking to the Fantastic Four for this kick for the creature. And because if they do it, they get
Hate it.
oh yeah. So
That's terrifying.
what ends up happening is that this creature has gained sentience and um it wants to find someone else like itself. So it tries to it basically it gets people to build a transmission thing to send a beam into space to find another creature like that. But anyway, what happens is a bad tech guy, one of the tech bros, basically kills it.
It's not dead.
Well, and but in doing so, Reed Richards is like, come on. Reed Richards is like, I can help you and we can be together and you, I mean, not be together, but I can help you. You know, you're a living creature. We want to bring you
Aw,
out.
and so
And
he thinks Reed is a bad guy now.
no, he actually knows Reed is good. But what happens is the guy does this before Reed can do it. But the creature brings back the building at the end. And so the building reemerges and it ends that. And that character basically is deleted.
Mm.
but now they don't know, like it sent a message into out into space. Like, what did it say?
That was a poor choice.
Who did it say it to? What do we have? It sets up stuff for in the future. But
Sick.
now everything's back to normal. So everyone's
LOL.
back.
Back to normal in air
Mhm.
quotes.
Yeah.
I believe that 0%
They introduce Ben Grimm's kids to the dog that he's had.
for a year.
Yeah. And the Creed boy is like, I will defend this small living creature with my life.
I will defend him. The fact that he has two children,
One's Cree and one is Skrull,
I love it.
which hate each other, but
I
they're
love it.
their
But they're
adopted children.
brothers.
Yeah.
Are they brothers or are they brother and sister?
Brother and sister. Yeah. So my new number
Gender.
one
Yes.
is from Dark Horse.
Okay. Another independent.
It's called Masterpiece. And Masterpiece is the name of probably a high school age girl in this comic book that you come
Interesting.
to find out whose parents were master criminals and
Oh.
thieves, and they stole $1 billion.
Okay. How do I spell peace? Is it Peace?
No, like Piece, like
Okay, sick.
Masterpiece. Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
And
They don't know where the $1
so
billion is and they got
the
arrested.
parents are
but-
gone. No, the parents are gone, disappeared. And the guy that they stole the money for wants Masterpiece to work for him.
No.
And but she's like a teenage girl, and it's really interesting. She's like talking with one of her buddies, and she's like, and then a character out of the blue comes and beats the snot out of people that were basically listening to everything they were saying, and so I
She's
don't know
got a
what's going to
guardian
happen.
angel.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's where it ends. It's very interesting looking, and I think I may continue to get it. We'll see. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Fun.
my book of the week
Book of the week. It's the book of the week.
is Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
Okay.
So there used to be the Ultimate Universe.
This is the one where I read about this, where Ben didn't die, but there was
Peter
Uncle Ben
Parker's-
didn't die. He's not Spider-Man. He and Mary Jane are married and they have 2 kids.
Yes.
But then Kingpin buys the Daily Bugle and
Yes.
says you're
What
not
the heck?
allowed to.
You already know all about this.
I heard about it on the internet.
Well, go ahead. Keep going. You're doing great.
Am I hitting all of the
Yeah,
points?
you're hitting all the points.
And so he works at Peter and his Uncle Ben work at the Daily Bugle together, but everything's not as it seems because Tony Stark blew up the Stark Tower as a terrorist attack, question mark. We don't know. And the Daily Bugle is like, no, we're going to continue researching it. And then Kingpin buys it and says, no, you're not. I own this now. You're not allowed to look it up anymore.
Yep. So J. Jonah Jameson and Ben Parker are best friends.
That's so
So
cute.
they quit and they're going to start their own thing.
We are starting our own paper.
We're
Peter,
starting our
you
own
coming
paper.
with?
And but what happens is, so what had happened was there's a character called the Maker, which
Okay.
is a creepy Reed Richards from another dimension.
I don't like it.
No, he's like, what if Reed Richards was evil?
Ugh, it'd be bad.
And he remade the Ultimate Universe, this universe. So what's happened is he remade it so that he could create it the way he wants and basically got rid of all the superheroes, or a vast majority. So Peter Parker never got the chance. So Tony Stark gave him this thing and said, this is what should have happened. Ages a long time ago, you should have been bitten by the spider. You never were. You were robbed of this opportunity, and I'm giving you this so that you can reclaim your heritage or whatever.
Sick.
And like he's talking, and it's interesting because he has this little ball that has something in it, and you don't know what it is all this time.
What is
But
it?
he tells Mary Jane that, he goes, I need to talk to you. And she goes, basically she's like, I know. She goes, you are a great husband. You're a great this, but I can tell that you were meant for something else. That,
Mm.
and then she goes, you're not leaving me. And she goes, oh no, never. And she goes, then we'll do this we've got this.
Aw.
And she says, go get him, Tiger. So he walks
Cute.
to the roof and he opens this ball, and in it is a vial with a spider in it. and it bites him at the end of the book, and that's the start of the book. This is
Sick.
so good, well written.
It
It's
looked the
great.
art looked beautiful.
It's
He
by John
looks
by Jonathan Hickman, and his stuff is great. The problem is when Jonathan Hickman gets tired and goes to move to another property, it goes downhill so fast. I'm
aw.
going to send you this meme that somebody sent me about because Jonathan Hickman did the X-Men for a couple of years and then he left. And there's a picture of a horse and it's just X-Men Hickman error. And it's like a second grader drew the front of the horse and it's a Hickman, the non-Hickman X-Men error. Anyway, so there's my
That's
books.
funny.
All right.
Well, I knew about one of them
That's crazy. Man, that's why it's my book of
from
the
an
week.
Instagram video,
Hmm.
which means it must really be good.
And my buddy Steven, who owns the comic book shop, said this was his favorite read of the week.
Really? Okay.
So yeah,
So you heard it here, maybe not first, that a lot of people like it.
there you go.
We love.
All right, guys, we're going to hop into something and we're going to spend a little bit of time, not a lot, but a little,
Yeah.
about a two-season show
Yes.
that is on Apple Plus
Apple
called
TV Plus. So
whatever.
silly. What a
Apple
silly
TV.
thing.
Apple TV. Called Invasion.
Mm.
Hannah, explain
Yes.
Invasion.
Okay, Invasion is exactly what you think it is based on the name. It is an alien invasion, sci-fi based show. The thing about it that's really cool is that wrong. There are four different main characters whose story arcs that you follow, and they're in different parts of the world. They have different careers, they're different ages, they're different genders, and
Different ethnic backgrounds.
yeah, different ethnic backgrounds. There's a black guy, a white boy, a Middle Eastern woman, and an Asian lady. And they all, yes,
Yeah, and I think the country police officer gets gone really quick, but
do you think he's gonna come back?
I don't know because I think that character is ill to begin with, like in real life.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm not for
sad.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't I didn't I wanted him to be a bigger role than he was, but he
right.
wasn't.
Hmm.
Um and it follows the their experiences of this invasion, and they all are different. They have different experiences and different backgrounds
But there is
yeah,
a thread
that connects them all.
that connects them all. Hmm. And it's not like when I would think of invasion, I think there's a lot of sci-fi movies where we get invaded by aliens, and this doesn't feel like that at all. This isn't like War of the Worlds where they just come down in spaceships and just start zapping everything. It's sort of like they put foot soldiers on the ground that are these
Yeah.
creepy
It
creatures.
is. It's not a lot of the like sci-fi, like alien based movies that you watch. It's we're in day 510 of being invaded, and this is the task force that we've created, and we're doing X, Y, and Z to like. No, that's not what it is. This is day
Well, they do have a
one.
task force. They do
They
have
have a
a
task force, yes, 100%, but it's not. That's second season.
that's right. Yeah.
Right? So the
Hmm.
first season is very much
Stay alive.
what the heck is going on
Hmm.
type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they don't even really know what the creatures do,
Mm-mm.
how they move. They don't, there's very little they know. Um, so there's one kid that has seizures, and you come to find out
His name is
that
Casper.
and the son, the Middle Eastern
Mhm.
son, sort of
Luke.
has a link like that too. Like they are, like the aliens are speaking psionically, like through thought on
They're
a different
psychic.
wavelength. They're like,
Mhm.
yeah, they that's how they
And they have a
communicate.
hive mind.
They have a hive mind. So it's like some people are attuned to that.
But it's only children.
Yeah, only children. I wonder it's because they can still think. They can still imagine, maybe.
They're
I don't
still
know.
imaginative and creative.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite person to follow, who do you think?
Casper.
No.
Okay, well then hold on. Travante,
No, Anisha.
the Middle Eastern.
Anisha and her family is my favorite. Her husband is an absolute garbage can.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah,
He
he doesn't
his
last the
ending
whole
was
entire two
good.
seasons. So
His ending was good and it was
yes,
beautiful, and he really
hmm,
redeemed himself. Ahmed. He really redeemed
yeah,
himself.
yeah.
And
Yeah, but she does what she has to do to take care of her family.
she's going, her kids are
And
going to be
it doesn't
okay.
matter. Anybody else is secondary.
The end. Her kids are going to
Hmm.
be
I
okay.
like the guy that sort of likes her in season 2.
I like him too.
Yeah,
I think that they're going to be, his name is Clark,
Clark.
and
I,
he's a little girl.
yeah, he's
I
like a
think that
revolutionary leader.
I think they're going to be a family, and that
Hmm.
they're going to like be surrogate families for each other. I think that that's
Yeah,
cute. Yeah, her episodes were my favorite. I really appreciated that she was going to do what she needed to do to keep her family safe. I
right.
think my least favorite episode, my least favorite like parts, at least at the beginning, was Trevante.
Really.
Yeah, the because he was okay. Let's explain what the four people are, because
Travante is a
we're all over the
soldier
place.
in the Middle East, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where his entire company comes under siege by
By
an
the aliens,
alien, like a huge alien thing that I
by
don't
a
think we
ship.
see any, like a ship. You think
Mm-hmm.
that's what it
It was a
was?
ship.
And he's the only one that makes it. Well, him and one of his other people barely makes it, but then passes anyway. So he's the
Mm-hmm.
only one that makes it out
So
alive.
he is attempting to get back to the United
And
States
that's
to
all he wants because
that's
he's
all
trying
what
to
he
save his
wants.
marriage,
Yeah, he wants to be back with his wife.
who
And he has
really
a
doesn't.
tragic backstory.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it's rough.
there's Mitski, who is a
She's like,
communications
but
officer
she's a brilliant
for
for like
Japan's
in
NASA.
NASA. Yeah. Right.
And she
Who
is in you go,
has, you're right, has a relation, who's in love, has a relationship with an astronaut.
Hanada,
Yeah. And who that astronaut, she goes up into space and her ship is destroyed by the aliens.
by the aliens.
Something's not right there
Yeah, she says
because
Waju over and over and over again, which apparently means castle.
I don't know what it means, but
I
they
don't
say
know.
it over and
No,
over
it does.
again.
I googled it. It means castle.
I don't know what that, well, I wonder what that means, though, is
Why
what
would
I'm
she say
saying.
castle?
But not just her, even the kids said that in class.
I think they said it in class because she was saying it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she said it, and then she became psychically linked with the aliens, and then all of the children were psychically linked with the aliens
Hmm.
too, and then they all got nosebleeds except for Luke.
Yeah. So,
I bet Casper didn't get one either.
so, yeah.
Casper
So,
is Casper is a young man who has seizures, who's on a
who,
school field trip
who has had visions for a long time about this
about them coming.
because he has a notebook where he's drawn pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And in his notebook, there's a lot of clues to what's
Mm-hmm.
going on and where it's going on. And Travante breaks that clue
Mm-hmm.
eventually.
Yep.
Um, and
The kid that sucks, Montgomery.
the punk,
Yeah, the punk.
who's not really a punk.
He's not actually a punk.
Yeah.
He's just a punk to put up a brave face so that he doesn't have to feel things, and
Yeah.
it's a
Hmm.
protector that he has that he
Yeah.
yeah, anyways.
And his
Um
little sister,
that's Tom
the map
Holland's little
girl.
brother.
No way. In real life?
In real life, that actor is Tom Holland's little brother.
Oh, well, I liked him. I
Isn't
didn't
that
like
cool?
him, but I thought he was a good actor.
I think
See, this is
he's
what good kid actors
arguably
are supposed to be.
he's the
Not Spy
best kid
Kid 4,
actor.
5, 6, or whatever the
What?
heck it is. These are
What?
good kid actors, not like in Spy Kids, the last one we watched.
But yeah, isn't that cool? That's Tom
Yeah, that is
Holland's little
cool.
brother.
Nice. Wow.
I like Jam too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
think
hope the
she's
one
cool.
kid's okay that got hurt.
Oh, he's not. We're never seeing him again.
No, but I just hope he's okay, though.
I bet he's fine.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Appreciate that.
welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. But these
We are
kids,
doing a really bad job at selling people.
I know. So anyway, guys, so this is a sci-fi show about an invasion and about how people come together to try to defeat these aliens that are, it's, I can't really explain it. You need to watch it. It's good. It's
So
2
good.
seasons. You could watch it all really quick. I didn't think I would like it, but I really did. I was surprised I did.
Mm.
I like that there's individual stories and how they all come together. You saw that was going to happen.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, I don't know what else to say.
It's very interesting. Pretty much every episode has multiple storylines happening at the same time.
Maybe 2 or 3,
Mhm.
max, mostly 2.
It goes back and forth.
Yes.
There's only one episode, I think, in both seasons that only had one storyline happening during a singular episode. And it was an episode following Anisha and the children, when an alien shows up.
Is that in the second season where they're
That's
trying to
first
get to
season. That's
rescue?
first season when they're in that elderly couple's
Oh
house.
gosh, that was scary. That was creepy.
That was and that was straight up a horror genre episode.
Yeah. And
Like
because that's what
majority of it
happens.
is it's not. The majority of it is not a horror
No,
genre, I would not
no.
say. It's more sci-fi fantasy,
Hmm.
sci-fi thriller. Um
Thriller. But
yeah.
there's
There's some jump
violence.
scares for sure. There's
Hmm.
violence. It's a rated MA show. Um if you're like, "Oh man, I don't like spooky things. I don't think I'd like this." I don't like
That's
spooky things.
that episode
That was the
was.
one episode where I was like, "Ugh."
Well, plus because you had the husband and wife didn't want them there anymore.
Yeah.
So you had danger
The
from
elderly
within and
couple,
danger
danger
from
from
without.
within, danger from without, danger from within,
Yeah,
because the mom and the dad, Anisha and Ahmed, weren't talking to each other, weren't
right.
communicating
Yeah,
well.
that was a hard one.
Yeah, it was, man.
So
And then she showed up knowing that there was danger, but not knowing how imminent the danger was.
yeah,
Man, that was the spookiest episode. The rest of it, not very spooky. Like, is there some peril? Yes.
there's a lot
It's
of peril because
more
people are dying because it's an alien invasion.
it's more sci-fi than thriller, I would
And
say though.
they're doing stuff to people's like minds, like so a lot of people are like vegetables or something. Something's happening.
But that's only at the
Oklahoma or wherever the heck
Oklahoma
that place
site.
was. Yeah. Well, that
Yeah,
we
where the
know of,
gateway
right?
was.
The gateway, yeah. Hmm.
Because that was first
Gateway
contact.
to their ship or
Okay.
whatever.
I texted you this. Can I spoil this thing that I texted you a long time ago when I told you that I finished watching Invasion that you never responded to?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't remember what you said.
I think Casper is Will from Stranger Things.
Like Will Byers.
Yeah, I think he's pulling a Will Byers and that we think that he's on our side, but he actually is not on our side anymore.
Okay, so I must have not seen that season.
Did you second season 2 of Stranger Things?
Season two, Will Byers was still good.
No, he wasn't. He started telling them where they were and they had to put him to sleep and they had to get they had to get the goopy stuff out of him.
What?
That was like a major plot line in season 2 of Stranger Things.
Season two's where what's his face died.
Yeah.
Right?
He died because Will Byers told the Demodogs where they were.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that. I have
Oh,
to go back.
Dad.
I remember the bad creatures being bad with him, but I don't
Will
remember.
Byers lied about where they were supposed to go and what they were supposed to torch, and then the Demodogs killed everybody.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that part.
Oh man, okay.
But yeah, I could see that because
I
at
think
the end,
Casper's bad.
Casper's eyes flickered or whatever. That's supposed to
And
be.
with all of the children, all of the exceptional children, I watch it with subtitles. And so
Mhm.
what they're called, you don't know their names. It just says exceptional child one,
I watch it with subtitles too.
exceptional child, exceptional children murmur. Stuff like that. Because
Oh gosh.
they don't talk to him. And they're like, we weren't calling you.
Yeah, there's something weird about him, that's for sure. But
Casper's not, he,
he's gonna be good. It's got
I
to be
think he
good.
will be, but I think it's a Will Byers. I think that they're going to have to fight for him to be good.
It took long enough for Mitski and him to figure out they're on the
Talk.
same side.
Man.
And then Trevante going, "Oh no, you're going to let me talk to this guy."
As he should.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then them being like, excuse you, please leave. We do not need your kind here. So, yeah, you do. Clearly you do. You going to send these people in that I just got past?
Yeah, that's for sure, right?
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
pop off guy.
Oh well.
But yeah,
All
I
right, so
really am liking it.
I really like it. I give it 4.5, 5 aliens. Them little black weird looking things. Yeah, that's what
Not the
the way they
hunters,
move.
the hunter seekers. I don't like them.
The little things that with the legs that go and like they like
I
roly
like
poly.
those. Those are the roly poly legs are far less creepy than
Sort of like when you
the
throw one of those sticky things on the wall and they come down the wall.
just- except
Yeah.
they're violent.
Yeah, they are. And they got like a
Violent.
little mouth on them. Those things are creepy.
The ones that run really fast are creepier. That
Yeah.
look like weird dogs.
Yep. So there's different aliens, different bad guys.
I wonder if it's going to be Pacific Rim-esque,
I don't know.
where the kaiju are being sent by a more intelligent species.
That's why they're hinting at in Monarch that they're not being sent, but that
They're
they
fleeing,
aren't.
perhaps?
No, they're not from our world. there's another world, another dimension, and they're just coming through rifts in that.
Okay, Pacific, like just steal something from Pacific Rim then,
I don't
Monarch.
know. I don't know who started that, but yeah. Oh well.
I'm being silly. I
I
just
know.
I love that movie and everybody hates it.
No, I like it. The first one, I didn't never saw the second one.
The second one was okay.
Yeah, I love the first one. You know why? Because he canceled the
I was
apocalypse.
gonna say you beat me to it. I was gonna say something about canceling the apocalypse.
That's why I
Dag
love it when you can
nab.
cancel an apocalypse. That's the greatest.
Today we're canceling the apocalypse.
I might have to go watch it again now.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
Yeah,
Oh, it's garbage.
it is, but it's
I
okay.
love it.
All right, Hannah.
Friends, thank you for hanging out with us today. We're so glad that you chose to spend some time on our little corner of the internet. Hey, our intro music is made by Brockwell Nason. Check him out. He just released a new
Check him out.
check it out, check it out. He just released a new single. And you can follow him on Instagram, Facebook at Brockwell Nason Music. He posts all of the shows that he does. So
Yeah.
you could catch him out if you're down in Nashville anytime. Our art was made by Nate. Thanks for doing that for us, bud. My dear sweet younger brother made that for us in Microsoft Paint. What an icon.
Wowzer.
Indeed.
Share our thing. Let me know. I'll send you a pin. Pen.
Hey, of our
Pin.
logo. It's cute.
Yes.
And I edit and upload our podcasts. Dad
And is gonna do it.
is gonna do what?
I'm gonna put it on the YouTube.
Hey, if you care about the
I'm
video
only
format,
about 12 behind.
hey, after this, I'm only gonna be one behind because I haven't done this one yet.
You're the greatest, Hannah. I
Thanks,
love you.
Daddy. I love you. Hey, what are we gonna do?
We will next time catch you on the
Flippity
flop.
Bye,
Bye,
sweet
guys.
friends. And our Facebook/YouTube pallies, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep. See you later. Bye bye.